Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. In my last video, I talked about the 5 mistakes that instantly make food photos look amateur, and one of the biggest ones was lighting. Each of these photos is the exact same dish. The only thing I changed was the direction of the light. Notice how the direction of the light gives each of these photos a different feeling and look. Today I want to go a little deeper into that topic right after the intro. Good to see you again. My name is Chris, and here we talk about food photography. That's obviously something that you're interested in, or you wouldn't have clicked on the video. So make sure you don't miss more videos like this by subscribing and tickling that notification bell so you get alerted whenever there's a new video to share. Like I mentioned earlier, in my last video, I talked about the 5 mistakes that instantly make food photos look amateur, with lighting being the most egregious. Because when people first start photography, and especially food photography, they usually don't realize that the direction of light can completely change how the dish looks. In this video, we're going to look at the 3 basic lighting directions: front, side, and backlight. I'll be using strictly window light, as I'm sure that is what everyone will have readily available, and I'll be using a bounce card when needed, specifically with the backlight, possibly with the side light. And I'll show you what each one does to the food, why it works well, and when you might want to avoid it. Let's start with front lighting. Front lighting is exactly what it sounds like. The light is coming from directly behind the camera, shining straight onto the food, like right onto what you're photographing. This is actually how a lot of beginners shoot food photos because, in all honesty, it feels the most natural. This is the plate I want to shoot. Let me put some light on it. I'm going to photograph it. I can see it. We're good to go. Maybe they're standing between the window and a table, or they're using a light that's positioned right next to the camera. Looking at this photo here, it's not bad. The light is coming from directly behind me, but notice how, most of the shadow is washed away. The bottom bun has lost most of its texture. The arugula is nice and green, but not spectacular. It's evenly lit, and you can tell what it is. The problem with front-face lighting is that it tends to make food look boring. Because the light is hitting the subject head-on, it removes most of the shadows. And shadows are what create shape and texture. Without them, surface textures can disappear, making the food seem flat. Now that doesn't mean front lighting is always wrong, or for that matter, always bad. It can work in certain situations, especially with soft light. For example, if you want a bright, clean, evenly lit image, front lighting can help, although you're not going to create much drama out of that. But for most of the time in food photography, it just makes a dish look a little blah. Now let's take a look at side lighting. Side lighting means the light is coming from the left or the right side of the dish. It could be from the side and slightly or behind it a little bit, but generally coming from the side. This is probably the most common lighting direction used in food photography, and for good reason. Side lighting creates depth and texture. Because the light is hitting the subject from an angle, it produces shadows across the food. Those shadows help reveal details. Things like texture and color and surface, which itself can create little specular highlights, which are tiny, bright little spots that help the image pop. Using the same dish, but just changing the direction of the light, you can see a little bit more drama in the image. There's contrast and shadows across the beef, the arugula and the bread. The brightness slowly fades throughout the sandwich until the right side is obviously darker while sitting in the shadow. Side lighting also tends to feel very natural. That natural feel is part of why side lighting works so well. For beginners especially, side lighting is usually the safest and most reliable option. The third lighting direction is backlighting. This is where the light source is positioned behind the subject, shining towards the camera. Backlighting can create some really beautiful effects in food photography. It's especially good for things like drinks and soups and salads, things that are creating steam and anything with a little translucency. Because the light is coming from behind, it can create a glow around the food and highlight liquids and edges. For example, a glass of iced tea or a cocktail can look amazing with backlighting. The light passes through the liquid and makes it sparkle. Using that same setup, only with backlighting, you get all that texture of the roast beef and the bread. You get a little glow from the arugula on top as it's catching that backlight. Even the crumbs on the knife pop with a little bit of texture. Backlighting can also emphasize things like steam rising from hot food, which adds a lot of atmosphere. The challenge with backlighting sometimes is that it can make the front of the dish look a little dark. That's why photographers often use a reflector or a bounce card to push the light back onto the front of the food. It's not enough to wash out the front of the dish, but enough to make sure that it's clean and visible to the viewer. You can also use artificial light for this as long as you're very careful to keep the power very low. But when it's used well, backlighting can create some really dramatic and memorable images. Now that we looked at all three lighting directions, let's compare them side by side. The exact same dish can look completely different depending on where the light is coming from. Front light tends to flatten the image a bit, side light adds texture and depth, and backlight creates glow and atmosphere. None of these are inherently right or wrong. It really depends on the dish and the story you want to tell with the photo. But understanding these lighting directions gives you a lot more control over the final image. So the next time you're setting up a food photo, try this simple experiment. Move your camera around the plate and take the same photo with the light coming from the front, the side, and the back. You'll start to see how dramatically lighting direction can change the look of the food in your own images. And once you understand that, you'll have a much easier time creating images that feel intentional and maybe a little bit more polished. So that's it. If you enjoyed the video, let me know in the comments which lighting direction you tend to use the most. And if you're still learning food photography, make sure to check out my video on the 5 mistakes that instantly make your food photos look amateur. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one, and bye for now.